DBZanto here. We got some updates and new information on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero since the latest trailer dropped a few days ago. The people at IGN dropped an article. They spoke to the producer working on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. There's a few interesting points the producer drops in this article. I want to highlight and paraphrase and talk about what was said. In the article, I quote, "The game's 5-year development process. Everyone who was concerned or worried that the game would be rushed or released too soon, this should put that all to rest and give some reassurance. Game has been in development for a good 5 years. They've been cooking the game behind the scenes in secret, I repeat, for 5 years. This means during that time frame, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Jump Force, Dragon Ball Fighters, and alongside with all the DLC for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 were being made and released during this time. That's wild. I'm surprised with all the leaks from other video games in recent years that had never got leaked outside the Spike or Bandai Namco HQ. I'm happy everyone and myself included were generally surprised when we saw the first initial teaser of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero at Dragon Ball Battle Hour 2022 all the way back in March. The producer also says the inspiration for Sparking Zero and the return of the Budokai Tenkaichi series was observing players from Dragon Ball Fighters esports tournaments, how players would recreate battles from the anime with their character picks and stages. Also mentions each Dragon Ball game that released in recent years had a purpose or a target audience it was trying to aim towards. Each game has its place for different reasons. Dragon Ball Fighters was made for esports tournaments in mind for 2D fighters. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's aim was to experience the story of Dragon Ball Z from start to finish, like playing through a recreation of the anime in video game form. Dragon Ball Xenoverse's goal was to put yourself as a creative character and immerse yourself in the Dragon Ball universe, roam and explore. He doesn't mention Dragon Ball The Breakers, but from logic I assume they used the Naruto Shinobi Strikers model and created a similar multiplayer online team-based game but for Dragon Ball characters, since we never had something like that before on console. With all that said, going back to the Budokai Tenkaichi series felt like the right time. A Tenkaichi game in current times with next-gen hardware with Unreal Engine 5, Tenkaichi offered environments that were affected by a Goku charging his ki or hitting opponents and they crash into their surrounding areas like boulders or buildings and can move around the map in a 3D plane, super dash and fly around. As for the name, Zero usually is intended to serve as a prequel entry for an already existing series, but for Sparking Zero this is not true. It's more of a universal name for old and new fans to come together and play the game. Now if you didn't know, you can now add Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on your wishlist on PlayStation, Steam, Xbox Store, websites or directly from the console or PC. The official Japanese website for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is launched with some info and screenshots about the game. I'll read the information of the website using Google Translate since it's in Japanese. If it sounds off or makes no sense, it's a bad translation, but we should get the general idea of the information. Dragon Ball Z Sparking, the latest series, is finally here. Become a super warrior and shake the heaven and earth. Experience the ultimate Dragon Ball battle. About Jilly's biggest character appears, 30 competitive actions. Seems like a bad translation, but assuming it's referring to the character roster potentially being the biggest in the series, don't quote me on that. If anyone in the comments can read Japanese, let me know in the comment section below. Introducing a 3D battle action where you fight while making full use of techniques unique to Dragon Ball, such as Kamehameha and dance technique. Take advantage of characters' unique abilities and characteristics and enjoy dynamic battles that were typical of Dragon Ball, such as transforming into Super Saiyan or reversing the battle with a powerful special move that accumulates ki to the limit. The battle, the ultimate immersive experience with Dragon Ball battles. While raising his ki, the wind stirs, plants and trees sway, even the weather changes, and he can even use his special move to blow away rock and buildings. You can experience the power of Super Warriors through the powerful production that takes place in real time during the battle, and you can experience the feeling of becoming a Dragon Ball character. This title didn't translate, but it's something to do with Sparking Media in the West as Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, probably talking about the general gameplay being similar but improved with new mechanics. The traditional battle system of the Sparking series, such as chasing around, being blown away and countering by reading the timing, remains the same but has evolved with the additional new actions. The high speed attack and defense, just like the original, heats up even more. Spec, title, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, compatible hardware, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's coming to PC, but I think it's not coming to Japan on PC. Genre, 3D fighting action. Number of players, 1 person, and 1 to 2 people when online. Release date to be decided. 0. Examination schedule. That's all the information out so far for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. If you found the info useful, give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on daily Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news as it comes out. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far in the comments below. That's all from me, DBZanto, signing out.